Peace, family. The other day, Barack Obama and Magic Johnson made an attempt to talk to black people, sending messages directly to them on who to vote for this election. And when I seen the backlash, the internet was just swarming with videos condemning these men for doing what they were doing. And I'm sitting here, I'm thinking to myself, have we fallen off so far that we don't even know the difference between good behavior and bad behavior? Barack Obama and Magic Johnson was doing exactly what the Bible commanded us to do. It says, if you have a problem with your brother in private, go to him and resolve the issue. And if you can resolve it, you've restored your relationship. They were doing that to keep us unified so we can maintain our relationship with our brother. All this nonsense talking about, go tell somebody else that there is another nation on the planet that will listen to a black man telling them how to vote when we have gotten so little for our vote. What purpose is that? But see, this is the desperation that people have when they see black people doing the right thing and they try to discourage it. What other nation on the planet would take political advice from black people? Looking at our track record, you know, and then the mental gymnastics that people are doing to justify struggling, trying to decide who to vote for between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. You know, um, bringing up the past, the Magic Johnson, how he had bragged about sleeping with over 5,000 women, what Barack Obama did or didn't do for president. Black people are our own worst enemy. They bring all our past problems right to the day. But when it comes to white people, oh, they don't care about the racism. They don't care about the slavery. They don't care about the lies, the manipulation, the poverty, the rape, the lynching, the cannibalism. They don't care about that. They need Donald Trump to be a president for this moment here. So, black people, we can't change. You can go back and we can't change for nothing. But with these Negroes, white people, they don't have to change. They can stay just the way they are. We need a cruel, mean president right now to handle this moment. But the fact of the matter is, if you elect the president for a particular moment, that means he's no good to you outside of that moment. And he's going to realize that. And he's going to keep that moment in existence. Why would he solve the problem? The only problem that you Negroes elected to put him there in the first place for. Do you think a wartime president is going to really campaign for peace? You need a president for all moments. And Donald Trump is precisely not that. He can't, it hurts me when I struggle to try to convince my people, stop, you know, like I say, when I hear him talking about Kamala Harris, talking about her past, her sexual past, she slept her way to the top. This other fool talking about how she's a Jezebel. Well, to the women that want to attack another woman for her sexual history, if she slept her way to the top, she's going to the White House. What house are you who criticize her? What house you screwing in? What house are you in? And for this Negro talking about Kamala Harris is a Jezebel, then what is Donald Trump? His sexual history, he didn't slept a porn star, so you don't mind him doing that. But Kamala Harris, she can't. And if she's a Jezebel, then tell me the women that you done slept with, what position do they hold? Tell me what women use going to bed with you to accelerate her career. Their answer is none. None. So I'm trying to compose myself. You know, the fact of the matter is, Donald Trump is a terrible, terrible candidate. This is the worst political candidate I've ever seen in my entire life. He sit up here, he criticized Kamala Harris for everything, call her liars, saying she never worked at McDonald's. But this guy here, everything he claimed, he's rich. He's suing banks not to disclose his records. He claimed he's so smart and intelligent. He sues the schools not to release his records. He says he's the fittest president in history of all presidents. He sues the hospitals, don't want to reveal his records, don't want to turn over everything that he says that he does. He makes sure that he's the only source to verify it. Whatever Kamala Harris' sexual history is, whatever her experience is, you best believe every position that she's had in her life, somebody else saw enough value in her to put her there. Where she was elected, selected, whatever. Somebody else saw value and put her in the position that she was in. Donald Trump has no history of that. Everything that he has gotten in his life, he gotten from the financial funding from his father. There isn't another company, CEO, nobody will hire Donald Trump to manage, supervise any part of their business. None of them. If it wasn't for his father's financial wherewithal, Donald Trump wouldn't even be a blip on the radar. And do you remember when Donald Trump ran for president before 2016? A lot of you don't. You know why? Because there was a sea of white presidents. And when Donald Trump came in there spewing that garbage, the Democrat Party rejected him. He never gained any traction. Then when Barack Obama come into office, people were so afraid when Barack Obama showed the charisma, the charisma, the style, the grace, the elegance, the intellect. They were so afraid that when Barack Obama reached his final term, they were calling radio shows asking, is it possible he could run for a third term? Because white people were fearful that Barack Obama was first of all wasn't going to leave out of office, or this was going to be the beginning of a string of black presidents being elected, because black people had never seen black people in this position before. So what did they do in response to Barack Obama being president? They turned around and elected a president the total opposite of Barack Obama. They picked the dumbest, whitest, most racist person on the planet, and he gravitated to the lowest denominator of white people. And that's all they needed to justify his support. This is why no matter what this guy do, no matter what this guy say, he don't lose any support. Everything that he claimed that he was when he first ran, when he ran in 2016, proved to be a liar. Proved to be a flat out lie. He said he knew the best managers. He brought in no managers from any department of any agency that he knew that he had experience with before he came into office. He started electing his daughter, his son-in-law, people that doing podcasts. He started bringing them all onto his staff, and everybody who he did hire that had any political experience, not one of them endorsed him. The Secretary of State, it's all of them. His vice president. Uh, it's ridiculous. And this is the guy that, like I say, supposed to be knowing all the best man. All he gonna hire all the best people, and now one of these best people endorse him today. Donald Trump ain't nothing but a sham and a snake oil salesman. And now he's betraying himself to be some type of savior of democracy. When he ran in 2016, he bragged about how he didn't pay taxes. and the American people are dummies for paying taxes. Now he's the hero. Now he's the death-defying, three-time assassination attempt surviving president that's determined to save this country. All Donald Trump is a character. When he was on The Apprentice, he pretended to be this great businessman, but once he got into office, you see all the failed businesses that he had strung behind him. Even when he got elected, the college that he had, his business school, that was sued for being a scam. Everything this guy said he is, he in essence pretends to be. And this savior of democracy is just another character that this reality star president is playing. Now, let me conclude this video by saying this. Is it possible that Donald Trump has pulled a Hollywood trick over this country to gain the position of President of the United States? Or do you think I'm completely off base? Name me one political situation, one historic piece of evidence that Donald Trump had when he was in the private sector, where he cared about democracy, where he cared about black people, where he did something for the poor. He has no history of it whatsoever. So how does he now, at almost 80 years of age, change his mind, change his direction, his path, his course of life completely? And now he's the president that's going to save the country. A greedy billionaire. You know, is it possible that Donald Trump and this presidential act is a sham, and he didn't just duped America? You just have to ask yourself, is it possible?